All right, so people are on the internet saying there's only two genders. I guess they've never heard of a hermaphrodite. I was going to turn this into a hilarious vine where I'm just saying something about tits, dick, and a pussy and being all about it because I'm pansexual, but it's, I don't know. I kind of didn't do the vine properly. I've tried to record a few million times, like literally probably about 8. And I can't get it right. I can't get the right joke in there. I can't get the right punchline. And while I was doing this, I'm really thinking, I should probably make a rant about it instead of just making a humorous vine that doesn't really say too much about my opinion on it. And honestly, there's boys, there's girls, there's hermaphrodites, which means they're born with a penis and a vagina. So that's 3 genders right there. One being male, one being female, and one being a combination of both. I don't know. I know that people are all hating on Tumblr and shit right now because there's different gender things popping up every day, and straight people just want to kind of look at things in their little blinders, and they don't want to realize there's other stuff out there. But besides all the Tumblr nonsense and stuff like that, I don't know. What's your opinion? Does gender really just involve what's between your legs? Or is gender something more? Is it something inside here that really defines what you are? I don't know. You're born a male, or you're born a female, for the most part. Genital-wise, being penis and a vagina. But what about those people that are, born a male, but have more estrogen in their body, and psychologically, by the time they hit puberty, they don't feel like a man. They, for whatever reason, they want to become a woman, or they feel more comfortable wearing women's clothes and doing more female-related things. I don't know. I had a really heated conversation with a dude from Facebook a few days ago, and it led to me basically just unfriending him because he ended up basically admitting that he's a homophobe and he thinks that gay people are a defect and are wrong. And he said there's only 2 sexualities: heterosexual and wrong. And that was like the most cringiest fucking opinion I've ever heard. So I had to unfriend him. I couldn't listen to anymore. I just got too much of a headache. I needed a couple of ibuprofen and a Tylenol after hearing that bullshit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel that gender is solely based on what you got between your legs. I mean, yeah, when you're born, the doctors be like, "Oh, it's a baby girl," or "Oh, it's a baby boy," because they see a dick or a pussy. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe gender is the wrong word, but I know there are cases of people not feeling like what they're born with, like this, just because they got a vagina down there doesn't necessarily mean that they feel like a woman. So I don't know. I think there's a bit of a thing mentally that determines what you really are. I don't think it's just as plain and simple as what you got between your legs. It just goes back to that whole hermaphrodite thing, or intersex individuals, as I've heard the PC term is. But what if it is an intersex individual and they have a penis and a vagina and have the ability to grow boobs, and they decide, well, I'm going to be one or the other, if that's what they wanted. But like, say they decide that, they say, well, I want to be a man, maybe, and they have the mastectomy, which is the removal of your breasts, and then they get their vaginal area surgically altered to look more like a man, and I don't know, get some skin down there and get some silicone ball implants. I don't know, but you know, and they want to become a man, like so. I guess that's the whole cisgendered thing and transsexual thing. But then there's the whole gender fluid, asexual thing, where it's like some days you just don't feel like a dude. You just don't feel super manly. You don't feel super like masculine or whatever for some reason. You just feel more like a woman, I guess. I get that, so I don't feel, you know, like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger on steroids every day. I don't feel like super masculine or manly every single day. Now I'm not gonna go put on a dress and put my hair into pigtails and start putting on makeup and lipstick and shit, but I know that there are people out there that probably would, and that's how they feel comfortable that day. No judgment on my part. I don't really give a shit. As long as what you're doing doesn't negatively affect someone else, who gives a crap what you dress like and put on your face and whatever. And the same can be said with women who don't feel super feminine or sexy or like, you know, whatever that day, and they just they tie their hair up, put on a long baggy shirt, put on some jeans, throw on a cap maybe, and I don't know. I understand gender fluidity and stuff like that. I don't know where I'm going with this, except for the whole two gender thing, where it's just male and female and that's it. Well, no, for one, it's not, because there's also hermaphrodites. So technically, if you want to be kind of a closed-minded dick and just not look any further, you should at least say there's 3 genders: male, female, and intersex or hermaphrodite. At least say that, because then you don't look like a complete moron if you're just judging solely on what's between your legs. But for me, I don't know. I haven't fully made up my mind yet of what I believe and how I feel on this whole gender thing, but you know, I'm probably leaning more towards it might be more than just what's between your legs, because some days, like I said, I don't feel like the most masculine dude in the world. I mean, sure, I got facial hair and I like metal and I don't know, I have a deep voice and an Adam's apple, which I can't really stand half the time because they look weird to me. But yeah, I don't know. Leave your comments in the description below. I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts about this. Please try to keep it as you know, rational and as factual, and don't just start a flame war, because that's not really solving anything, and that's not really going to help anyone. But yeah, so this turned from a Vine into a small rant into now an almost 9-minute video, so I apologize for that. I also apologize if the music in the background was too loud and kind of blasting Hollywood Undead. But yeah, is there more than 3 genders? Or are people just subject to what's between their legs? Or is there more to it? Let me know your thoughts. Stay sick.